Tech card reader equipment that you get. So that's the main reader there. So there's just one reader with all the connections on the back, and that circle there is the circle that we will need to drill out in a bit later on when we come to it. You get a template, which is a plastic template. Sometimes people use these to connect to the machine, but I just normally use it just to draw the circle that I need on the machine to cut out. You get a wire. This end will plug into the card reader, and then this end plugs into the board, and this end then the existing coin mech plugs into there. And then you also get a sticker, which is just a customer sticker to let people know how to use it, and you get your fixing brackets, which we'll come on to a bit later on. So this video will show you how to fit a card reader onto an N&W snacky machine. The card readers will fit on most machines with an MDB coin mechanism connection, but it's all about where you mount the card reader to the machine. But in this instance, we're going to show you how to put it onto a snacky. The card reader on the top of the machine just here, and you see if you come around the back of the snacky machine, you'll see there's a cutout at the back here, this square panel here. You can actually cut this panel off with snips, tin snips or wire cutters. Cut all that off, and that can be removed to allow the wires to come through to the machine. So I've got some wire cutters here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip out each of these snippets here, and then we can remove this panel completely. So as you can see, I've cut all those off and I've removed that panel. Now we need to go around to the front, and we need to drill a hole for the card reader to sit on. So using this template, we need to now mount the card reader on the front of the machine. And so what I normally do is just lay it on the top there, make sure it's nice and straight, get a pen or a pencil. You want to mark the main big hole, and then you also want to mark the small holes here, here, here and here, because then what we need to do is drill the 4 smaller holes and then drill this large hole in the centre so that the card reader can mount on the front. Right, so this next bit you need, I would recommend like a 7 or 8 mil drill bit to give you the flexibility of moving the card reader around, and also you want a 64 mil bore hole drill bit which will drill through the main socket. So we'll have a go at doing that now. Go, and then I'll change the drill bit and do the main hole now. Okay, so I've tried to mark the centre of the circle using some square straight lines from each of the sides. So now I'm going to hopefully drill a hole through the plastic panel. There we go. Right, so once you've done that, you've got a little bit of residue here and a bit of, it's quite sharp, so if you've got a file, or I've just used a plain flat screwdriver, just try and knock some of that off to make it just a little bit better so the card reader sits nice and flush. Okay, so now I've done the hole, just need to double check all the measurements were correct, so I'm going to just place this over here quickly just to make sure that the hole is actually big enough and it will house the card reader, which is like that. So I think that's good. I think we're good to go with that. What I've done now is I've put the threads onto each of the 4 corners of the card reader, ready to be inserted into the front of the machine. Now if I bring this round to here and try and line it up so that it goes straight through. And as you can see, because of the holes I said earlier about an 8 mil drill bit, it enables the card reader to be able to be moved around a little bit, so you've got a bit of flexibility when it comes to where to put it. Now what we're going to do is just take these nuts and just attach it to all 4 of the corners, and then we're going to get it lined up at the front and then tighten it up. We've fitted the card reader and we've tightened up the bolts so it's all nice and secure. Now we need to plug the wire in. So you've got this wire that comes with it. It'll only go in the one port because it's the right size. So what we need to do is you check, there's a little nib on the top of that wire. So we'll put that in there like that, which clips in, and then we're going to run this down. There's a hole just here in the machine. So we'll run this down, and then later on we'll maybe get a cable tie and we'll tie that up so it's nice and flush along the machine, so there's no damage done to it opening and closing the door. Right, okay, now we come to plug it into the board. This machine is set up by MDB coin mech, which is this one wire coming from the coin mech going straight into the board. If your machine's on executive setup, which is this one, then you'll need to refer to a previous video about how to convert to MDB from executive. But with the machine already set up on MDB, all we need to do is unplug the coin mech from the port, plug the card reader into the port, and then there's a nice little connection here that then we need to plug the coin mech into. So the coin mech goes into here, which goes into the board, which then goes out back to the card reader. So once you've done that, you're all good to go and power up. Right, you know you've got power to the card reader because you've got all 4 lights on the top that are lit up. It'll take about 5 minutes to kind of kick in, and then it will start downloading the latest software to get set up. Okay, so we waited a couple of minutes and now you can see it says card temporarily not accepted. Please wait or pay with cash. That will stay on there for a little bit, but that's just normal. It's doing its thing, it's downloading the data. Okay, so once your card reader has registered and it's downloaded the latest information, it will come up with this screen here, press start button. Also it scrolls through various number of different advertisement screens as well. But what we do is you press the OK button, it asks you select a product, so we will select 21. It asks you to present your card then, 75 pence, then you present your card and then it vends the product out. And that is how you install a VMC vendor tech card reader on a snacky machine. If there is any further questions, please contact one of our technical team who will be able to help you, or alternatively you can call VMC on the information that they send through to you. There's a customer service line there, and the tech guys at VMC can also help you as well. Thanks for watching.